break it all down. The Vault Studio, the best show in town. Best show in town, best show in town. Lights on, mic check, game time, let's go. Jay George, Scotty running the show. Rock on the mix, keeping it tight. NFL talk every day, every night.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Vault Studio NFL podcast. I am one of your hosts, JA. I'm joined by a couple of legends. Big Spanakopita on the left of the couch there.
Who's a bigger legend, me or Scott?
It's a low floor.
Hey, packages stick together, man. I'm sorry. I don't know what you want from me.
At least I know where I stand now. Thanks, Scott.
You do. You're 1A.
I'll take it.
Yeah. You're Anquan
Hey,
Bolden to Larry Fitzgerald.
That's probably the nicest thing I've heard all day. Thanks, bro. I needed that.
I thought you did. I didn't want to
Does
drag
that
you
make
down.
me 1B or am I just one?
You're
No,
one.
just one.
Okay.
You're one.
So I was just clarifying.
He's Anquan Bolden to Larry Fitzgerald. You're Larry
I'll take
Fitz.
Larry.
I'll take
Yeah.
that.
And you're Anquan.
I'll take that.
You do the dirty shit over the middle.
Oh, yes, please.
While Larry makes it all happen.
Yeah, please.
That's actually a perfect fucking evaluation of you two, actually. Before we get carried on, let's talk about our sponsor, the Vault. Not the Vault. We are the Vault.
We're the Vault.
Our sponsor. We're all looking very brown tonight. We've been out in the sun all day, you can tell.
That tradie life, baby.
And if you wanted
Trading with the
to,
ladies.
if you wanted to go to a great beer garden, you should head down to the Sporting Globe Chirnside Park, our amazing sponsor. And if you are going to head down there, make sure you download the app, go to the information, change sponsorship to the Vault Studio, get all the benefits of having the app. Because if you go there and don't have it, then you're actually a moron because it's so much better.
Wow. Strong, but I like it.
No, you are. Like, if you go to the Sporting
like
Globe and do not have the app, you're actually not even about the sponsorship. You're a moron. Like, it's
I like
such
how
good
me
value.
and George turn on our listeners in a heartbeat. Now you're finally calling them all morons.
Hey, I love our listeners, man. What are you talking about?
You have said multiple times you're going to knock on the door and bash them.
You have, actually.
That was only like 3 or 4 times, man. Why do I bring up old shit, bro? Come on, man. Quick living in the past. It's all about the future here. We're very future.
All right. Well, we'll see if it comes up in this podcast.
Maybe. I no promises. All right?
And make sure you follow us on our socials, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and Twitter. And shout out to everyone on YouTube. It continues to grow. We did our Spotify Wrapped and YouTube Wrapped for the year.
Boom.
And to say we were blown away with the percentages have gone up. Spotify couldn't even, it hit 999,000% up because it can't go any higher than
To
that.
the moon, Alice.
So
To the moon, baby.
shout out to everyone who's tuning in. Shout out to everyone who's commenting. Even though you don't always agree with us, there's nothing wrong with some constructive conversation. If you think we're wrong, you tell us.
Trust
I don't
me.
have to agree.
Anything that you type into a comment section is not anything that we haven't said to ourselves. In our group chat, I'm
No,
telling you.
that's not true because one guy called me up myself and I'm still eating myself. I am not up myself at all.
Who said that?
It was about a year ago. Some guy said that
I
guy
like
so
how-
up himself.
We're on this podcast and you're the one up yourself is just diabolical.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
That's what I said.
We shoot from the hip
He's
non-stop.
he's definitely aiming at the wrong target.
Yeah,
for sure.
yeah.
But shout out to
That's
you,
what
though, bro.
Yeah, I can't remember who it was now. He was very upset. He was a Shador fan. His name was like Shador fan.
Oh, so
999 or
he's
something.
pretty quiet this week.
Yeah, he's been pretty quiet for a while, I think. So,
Yeah.
all right, let's get into.
Hey, we've had some big games this week with big playoff implications. A lot of teams getting eliminated. We've got injuries. We've got shutouts. We've got teams running it up. We've got everything this week. It's been
Yeah.
unreal.
Shout out to the NFL because the week before last week was huge.
Yep.
Last week was huge. This coming week is massive.
Yep.
Like the scheduling and like they've even had like Bengals Ravens, which was a bit of a flounder game, but like that could have been for the division as well. So
100%.
they've absolutely done us an absolute.
The only problem they've had the NFL. Have you seen their
True.
Christmas Day schedule?
Yeah, well, they're all lame duck games now, but
So bad.
at the time they were like they would have been the games.
Yep, 100%.
So-
I think they're all dead rubbers on
Yeah,
Christmas Day.
pretty
The,
much.
the three
Pretty
games,
much.
including you would have never thought Chiefs Denver was going to be a dead rubber in week.
No, you're
16.
thinking that's for the NFC, for the AFC West, and for the 1 seed. Which
To be fair,
it probably should have been.
It's all about the basketball on Christmas Day.
I very much agree with you with that.
Yeah.
All right, let's go to our first game. We have the
Oh, sure.
Cleveland Browns. what a first game. The Cleveland Browns getting stomped in by Chicago, good and proper. Shador was terrible in this game. I'm not going to shit on him. He was just really, really bad in this game. It's
Look, he had those couple of picks. I mean, obviously one of them wasn't his fault. Literally hit Judy in the chest.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
fucking hell, man. Like, what do you want him to do? But yeah, obviously he had a very poor game. But I don't want to focus on the negative. I want to focus on the positives of this game, which is that Caleb Williams had a fantastic game.
Yep. Played very well.
And what he's doing, he's just banking good performance after good performance after good performance, and that team is getting good. And like, I don't want to use the word hot, but they're getting good at the right time of the year. This team is I don't think anyone wants to face them in the playoffs.
No, and credit to them, they had a pretty heartbreaking loss last week to Green Bay, which they could have won.
They were in it to their eyeballs.
100%.
And like a team that's kind of just a bit, wishy-washy. They come in and they play poorly in this game and potentially lose or it's close. This was over from the first quarter.
Oh yeah, they stomped.
They never, ever looked like losing this game.
They were up by 2 touchdowns at quarter time, and it's over, bro. That's it. Game's over.
Yeah.
And the other thing I want to talk about is that the conditions were really, really poor. Obviously, it was cold, wind chill. It was like minus 10 wind chill or something crazy like that.
Yep.
And you could tell that it really affected Cleveland on offense.
Yep.
It didn't affect Caleb. Caleb was making just throwing dots, man, throwing rifles in that wind. I was really, really impressed with him this game.
And he's spreading it around. He doesn't. He doesn't need number one. He just focuses on whoever's open.
Well,
he's playing the offense perfectly.
Doomsday would be the number one. He was a late scratch. His ankle didn't come good.
But then
warm up.
Luther Burden has a really good game, and DJ Moore scores another 2 touchdowns. It was only a few weeks ago we were saying it's his first 2 touchdown game since his first season in Chicago. Now he's banked another one. So everything's sort of rolling in the right direction for them. And it would have been very easy after a really disappointing loss for Williams, a second-year quarterback against a good defense, to come out and play poorly. But he almost doubled down and went, no, that was a bad loss last week. It was a bad play by me at the end that cost us the game, but I'm going to double down by playing really well.
I would say
it was a bit 50-50. It was like he was late on the throw, but it was a great defensive play. It was just,
I would say
a good
it's more a great defensive play because
I agree.
8 times out of 10, that's a touchdown.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah,
So-
8 times out of 10, the defender bites that little bit forward. Even just a step forward is all it needed.
Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah.
You're right, Scott.
Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah.
I agree.
I think as well, like you look at the box scores for this and you'd be like, that they didn't really dominate, but like
Nah, bullshit.
they sustained drives and Caleb Williams just never put the ball in danger.
No.
It was just controlled the whole way through. They were ahead of the 6. They were always
Running the ball well.
yeah.
They're doing everything right at the moment. And who would have thought you improve your offensive line, you can run the ball well when it matters.
Yeah.
Like that's the difference.
And that's the recipe for success as a cold weather team.
Yep.
Like if you're a cold weather team, like obviously Caleb's got a cannon as well, which obviously helps.
Yep.
If you're a cold weather team, you can establish that run game and like just be more physical than most other teams. You're bound to do well.
And if you're focusing on Cleveland Browns, if you're focusing on Shador or Judkins, you're all focusing on the wrong things. The only person in Cleveland you should be focusing on is Myles Garrett.
Yeah, big 95.
Another 1.5 sacks. He is 2 sacks. He's a 1.5 sacks off tying the record.
No, 1 sack. 1 sack off tying the record.
Is he 21 now? 21 and a half.
He's 21 and a half now.
Yeah, because he's 1 sack off tying the record, 2 off taking it. So 1.5.
But I think he tweaked his quad.
I did see that. Apparently, he's good to go because he played the rest of the game. He played. It was at the start of the second half.
No. I think it was in the third quarter.
But he had a sack after you heard his quad. So
his sack was late. Yeah,
he'll play next week. I hope he breaks the record. If anyone deserves it, it's him.
There's 3 games left, right?
Yes.
Surely he'll get 2 in 3 games. Surely.
Well, on the way he's going, absolutely.
Yeah,
but
sure.
I hope that what teams don't do if they're playing some crappy teams, which I imagine they will be. I hope they don't just triple team him and don't allow him to just play properly. And if he gets it, he gets it. Let the guy just play ball.
No one ever cares where he gets the last sack and who it's against.
No,
as in like in the history books. Kind of. No one cares about that.
Except for Mark Gastineau. He still really cares how Strahan broke his
I
record.
want my sack back.
He's wrong. He's mad at the wrong person.
Yeah.
No, he's mad at the right. Favre's the right person to be mad at. I forget.
Yeah, because
he definitely should be mad at Favre.
Yeah.
Anyway, good win, and they're in their
eyeball. Well, they're in the driver's seat for the division because the Packers lost.
They're now they've gone to the number 2 seed and leading the division now.
Yeah,
because Detroit and Green Bay lost. So
who would have said at the start of the year that they'd be winning the division at this time?
I think we all liked them, but we didn't think this. I think we thought that the goal for this year is to just show that Caleb Williams and Ben Johnson can work together. We've said it plenty of times. They've not only shown they can work together, but with the improvements they've made to their roster, again, by not blowing the book on guys, just like bringing in Tooney, signing Dorman, like they're not massive contracts. They're just smart contracts.
It does help when
players.
the quarterback's on a team-friendly deal. That does help.
Absolutely, it helps. It does help, but they're making the right roster moves to build the team in the right area,
Amen.
which is that's a massive
They're,
thing.
they're trading their draft picks for Tooney and not Debo.
Yeah, they're trading a 4th round pick for Tooney, not Debo. That's
Yeah.
exactly it.
Yep.
You're right.
Yep.
All right, let's go to the next game. We have the Baltimore Ravens shutting out the Cincinnati Bengals.
Two shutouts this week. That was crazy.
And now I want to start it by Jers sent us in a
did
little
he?
voice clip. Yeah. just so Jer doesn't think we're laughing at him, I told the boys to remind me, and Scotty said,
I'll forget.
he's like, I'm going to forget. Even if it's the first thing we do, I'm going to be shocked anyway. So I'll play Jers' clip now for the boys.
The Ravens nailed the ball to finish the game. 24 points nil. Sure, that wasn't on my Christmas wish list, but damn, it came early for me. What do you say? It's a shutout. Can't really ask for that more than that. That's the split they need to keep the season alive. But we're waiting on a lot of teams to do the Ravens a favour now. We need Miami to do us a favour tomorrow night. We then need to turn the Steelers. They just need to keep winning. It's the hope that's going to kill us, lads. But you never know. Sometimes miracles do happen at Christmas. Gents, have a good one. Bye-bye.
Shout out to Jeff.
On you,
Yeah.
yeah, absolute weapon of a man.
Unfortunately, Miami did not come through.
We'll talk about that later. That was one of the worst games I've watched all year. It was horrendously bad.
I want to say something about this game.
Yeah, go. That's why we're on a podcast. You're allowed to.
Also, yeah, great point. Cincinnati have quit. They've quit.
Oh, yeah. Taylor's gone.
So I think I said
I think Burrow's gone.
my line was Ravens get revenge against a deflated Bengals.
Yeah.
That team, and in particular Burrow, who has not looked like this ever, he genuinely looked like he had no energy because the playoff race was over for them last
Yeah.
week. It was just like, what am I doing here?
Completely dejected.
Yeah.
Just like I'm here only. I'm here so I don't get fined. That's it.
Yeah,
That's basically the
Marshall
point.
Lynch. Yeah.
The energy was gone. He played. In fairness to him, his press conference afterwards was really, really impressive from him. He's basically paraphrasing. He said that no team would have won with him playing quarterback today.
Yeah.
So he took complete ownership
Yeah,
of it.
I think he said at one point, he's like, "This is the worst game I've ever played."
Yeah, he did. And he
You know,
was
you know when was
awful.
the last time that a Joe Burrow led team was shut out?
No, when was it?
I heard it on.
I thought you knew.
No. I'm going to tell you. I'm just giving credit to where I heard it.
Oh, very
I
good.
heard it on the Rich Eisen podcast. I'm pretty sure, and he said that it was in the year they won the Natty.
Yeah,
Oh, LSU.
The year before,
right.
the year before against Alabama was the last time that a Joe Burrow led team
Got shut
was
out.
shut out.
Yeah, it's a long time.
That tells you a lot.
Yeah, it looks like it's souring. Jamar Chase was a lot less constructive in his post-game press conference. He was
Yeah.
and he had 10 catches for 132 yards. He was by no means the problem, but it looks like it's coming to a reckoning there in Cincinnati. And I think, fire the coach, whatever you want to do, but I think the issues lies with your quarterback and how you're going to fix that relationship because, we had a pretty, I guess, I'll say constructive conversation in our chat about the Bengals and how we all feel about them. And the bottom line is that, yes, they're paying 2 receivers a lot of money and Joe Burrow a lot of money, and that's a big hindrance on your cap, but they just make terrible moves. They've drafted, like Shamir Stewart was drafted this year, was a defensive end, and he's played okay in fairness. He looks all right. But the last 2 years, they've drafted defensive linemen. They're trying to do the right things, but they're just getting it wrong. They're just consistently getting it wrong, and that's a sign of bad teams. And guys like Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase, they will not put up with that sort of stuff. They want to win and they want to compete.
No, they're used to playing for high-level programs, and they're used to winning. But since he's a poverty franchise, mate, the owner didn't even want to pay to have the snow taken off the seats for the fans.
Yeah,
like the fans were having to remove the snow off the seats. Apparently, it's like a league rule.
Yeah,
that they have to remove the snow off the seats for the fans, and he didn't even want to pay for that.
Yeah,
it's a poverty franchise, mate. They should just hang their licensing. Seriously.
Well, I think because
there's not going to be much teams left with your theory.
No, it's just
Philly.
It's just Browns, Jets, Cowboys.
Not Cowboys. Bengals. In fairness, 2 weeks ago, I said the Cowboys went far away. I said if they have a good draft this year, they're in the hunt for the East.
We'll talk about them. So I still think that. I think they can. Like,
I agree.
They boost the defense. I'll be okay.
I pretty much think that last week his press conference where he was talking about having fun and that was like a soft trade request.
Yep. It's coming.
I think it's all but sealed now.
And shout out to everyone jumping on our coattails as well, saying that the Bengals are going to trade into the Rams. We were on this in the preseason. So
Scott said this 5 months ago, people.
Yeah.
Don't worry about that.
I saw.
I think it wasn't even preseason yet. It was like the second or third podcast we did after the Super Bowl.
2 things I'm going to say. We know ball and tape don't lie.
Yep. I like how there's a particular betting company that has a few peanuts that They're talking about it now like it's the new news. It's like, no, rewind the tape.
That's what I said.
We're on it.
Tate don't
We're
like
on
I
that.
believe the technical term is monkey see, monkey do.
Okay.
Yeah.
So they see it all go on all the media and thought, oh, we better jump on this trend.
Yeah. Oh, I've got an original thought. You're
yeah.
a fucking moron.
We're trendsetters, baby.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Shout out to the Ravens. Very important win. They needed it.
Baltimore's are still alive.
Yep.
They're still alive.
Very well and truly.
Well,
They're,
I mean,
yeah.
they're tied with the Steelers on. I know the Steelers
I
are
think
leading.
the Steelers were a game
They're a
ahead.
game up because they beat them last week.
But yes, they're technically alive. But does anyone care about the Steelers or the Ravens come playoff time?
Look, no,
Probably
but
not.
You still want to win your division.
The thing
Yeah.
is with the Ravens, like Lamar, he just doesn't look right for me. So the Pittsburgh Steelers are 8-6, and Baltimore are 7-7, but
Yeah.
they do play each other. So Pittsburgh play the Lions next week, which I don't see them winning. I can see the
Lions,
Ravens
no.
beating the Patriots. I don't know if they will, but I can see them doing it.
They've
And
got
they
more
will
of a
need to.
chance of beating the Patriots than the Steelers do beating at the Lions.
Yeah, especially because that game's on the road.
Yeah.
Yeah, the hard part is going to be Pittsburgh play the Browns the next week, and Baltimore play the Packers, which is tough. That's going to be a tough at Packers. Is going to be very tough for the Ravens. And then by that point, when you play each other, it doesn't matter because they're
A
two
game's
games clear.
difference. Yeah.
Ra- Ravens are going to have to pinch one of those games in order to be in the hunt.
Yeah,
Yeah,
or hope the Browns ball out and somehow beat them.
Yeah,
That's-
I don't see that.
No, not this week 4. Week 5, 6, like when their defense was absolutely humming.
Not
Yeah.
week,
I can
not
see
week
it.
16. Not week 16.
No, I don't think it's going to happen.
Yeah.
So hopefully it can. I would much prefer the Ravens to be in the playoffs than the Steelers.
Oh yeah,
but,
for sure.
but
I'm with Scott. I don't really care who's in because they're going to be one and done anyway. So
I think
Yeah.
so too. They'll be the 4 seed, and they're probably going to get Buffalo or New England.
Yeah,
Probably,
sure.
which will be tough. All right, let's go to our next game. We have Houston absolutely annihilating Arizona. Speaking of teams that have quit, it's unfortunate, but Arizona have absolutely quit.
they're already in Cabo.
Yeah, it's,
And I unfortunately think that Jonathan Cannon might be looking for a new job in a couple of weeks.
Yeah,
I
that's a bit
feel sorry.
unfortunate.
I feel sorry for him. I
Yeah.
think he's done everything he can with what he's been given.
Agree.
Personally,
Agree.
but you know what? You know what's going to kill him, and what the conversation will be when they have their meeting at the end of the year, if he gets fired or not. It will come down to all those games earlier in the year, where they had leads and could have nailed wins and got themselves, maybe to
They started 2-0.
3-3. Yeah, they could have been 5-2, 4-3, something like that. If they just finished those games and won them, and they didn't bank any wins early. So, and this is what happens when the bullets start firing properly. They're just not good enough, and they didn't bank wins against bad teams early.
Yeah.
It's
And
just
then by then the season's gone, and it's like, well, what's the point of playing? You're not playing, and then you just quit, and that's what
Yep.
happened.
shout out to Trey McBride though. That dude is
He's
100%
beast.
balling out.
Yeah.
And Michael Wilson had another good game. He's looking a bit like I said. There's some hope there, and they're doing this all with Jacoby Brissett, he's a backup quarterback. That's
Yeah.
as simple as that. He's a very good backup quarterback. A lot of teams would be happy to have him as a backup, but he's a backup. He's not a starting quarterback. And the Kyler Murray situations, it's bad. They were going to cut him a couple of weeks ago. It was basically Kyler Murray saying, "Watch this space." They didn't. I'm not sure why, but they just basically put him on ice and not letting him play.
Yeah. Yep.
So he can't get
Well, he's
hurt.
on.
So they
I
can
think he's
cut him.
back on IR. He's out for the year.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
they're doing that. So they
Yeah, of
can cut
course. Yeah. Yeah.
it. Yeah. So I think it's over. But to the Texans, dominant defense again.
Yep.
And
Stroud played really well.
Stroud, you can see it's starting to turn a little bit for him now.
Yeah. Yeah.
It is. It's
He's
it's okay.
He's put together. I know the game against the Chiefs last week that when the Chiefs really ramped up their defense, the offense struggled a little bit. But overall, over the last couple of weeks, Stroud's looked a lot better, and the team around him and the scheme around him is making up for the lack of talent on the offensive line, and they're looking a lot more competent, and they're running the ball a lot better.
Yep.
O-line wasn't too bad. I thought he was getting decent protection.
Yeah.
This game. Obviously I watched the game. Yeah, I thought they looked good.
And I think if they may have played this game 6 weeks ago when Arizona was still really playing hard and quite frisky, it probably wouldn't have a scoreline like this. Like it was 20-40 and Arizona scored late to
They
really
made
put
it
some
look
lipstick on the
slightly
pig.
better.
Yeah. But Houston, you want to talk about teams you don't want to play in the playoffs. Houston are number one.
Yeah. I tend to agree. They
would be number one.
dangerous.
Unless obviously like the Rams, but like on the lower seeded teams, Houston are by far the best team.
And that was an important win as well because it keeps them in the hunt for the South, because obviously the Jags had a good win too. So
What's a good segue? The Jags also beat up on a poor opposition. They won 48-20 over the New York Jets, and it was finally we
I
saw
like how you put hopeless. Just hopeless is very,
hopeless.
very,
They are
very good word.
absolutely hopeless.
Is Aaron Glenn in trouble? Is he one? Is he one and done?
No, because they got rid of so much talent. When they did the trade for Quinion Williams and Sauce Gardner, they signed his death warrant for the year. He wasn't going to win another game for the year.
yeah,
they
I
knew
think
that.
so. I think that's fair
So
too.
I think knowing that they traded away those key pieces, that they're going to keep him around for at least the end of next year.
Yeah, okay.
He'd want to show some improvement next year.
But do you guys actually think that he's a good coach though?
No.
I think he's probably a really good DC, not a great head
Yeah.
coach.
Sure.
He seems
That
to be.
I agree with. Yeah.
He seems to be a bit too much. Like if we look at him and Ben Johnson, the comparison, because they're a fair comparison. They were both at Detroit. They've both gone to be head coaches. Ben Johnson isn't trying to be Dan Campbell, whereas I think Aaron Glenn is trying to be a bit like Dan Campbell, and
Sure.
it's not working.
A little bit of that rah type guy.
Yeah,
I
he
know
just-
what you're saying.
Yeah, but it's also like there's the clock management mishaps all the time. The situational stuff, like some of the play calls that are coming through, and
Even like, why are you not playing Justin Fields? I get he struggled, but why are you not just playing him for the rest of the season just to see what you've got for next year?
You're paying him $20 million. Mate. You might as well roll him out.
Because Brady Cook's not the answer. Like he's not the answer. So why aren't you just seeing what he's under contract next year? Why aren't you playing him to the death? Like it doesn't make sense to me. It really does. Unless they're again trying to not so he doesn't get hurt so they can cut him. I don't know, but I think cutting him would be stupid. He showed some glimpses.
he
this
was
year.
pretty bad.
Yeah, he's had some
He was
bad
pretty
games
bad.
as well. But there's been quarterbacks worse than him
James,
that get to play.
absolutely no one wants Justin Fields to be good more than me.
Yeah,
I like him a
Yeah.
lot, and he's a fine young man, and he's handsome and all the good stuff. But I think he's just done, bro.
Is that where it stops? It's just like he's a good man. He's handsome.
Yeah, but like I'm saying, like
I agree. I really like him.
I like
I really
the cut of
want
his jib.
Yeah.
Like,
but
I like him.
he actually has all the tangible skills that are required to play quarterback.
Except he just sucks, man.
Yeah.
Like, it's sad.
What's the old Moneyball line where he's running through all the, he's going to do this. So why isn't anyone saying him? He's just not that good at
He's not
baseball.
that good at yeah, he can run fast. He can jump high.
He can throw the ball a long way.
He can probably throw it 80 yards.
He's just not that-
honestly,
he's just not that good at
can't play
football.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
know what it is. I'll tell you, he can play football. Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah, he's really
turn
starting to
around.
gel. 6 touchdowns in this game, 5 passing, 1 rushing.
Same thing with Ben Johnson and Caleb Williams. The same thing's happening with Lawrence and Cohen. Every week, the offense just looks that much better, that much better, that much better.
And we saw it last year with Baker. Baker started off a little bit slower last year with the Cohen offense, and then halfway through the year they were looking okay and a little bit more. There was a little bit more cohesion on the offense, and then towards the end of the year, they were the team no one wanted to play.
Yeah.
And Jacksonville defensively as well. Like we saw it again this game, as we've seen it before. When they get takeaways, they just put teams to the sword, man.
Yeah.
That's what they do.
And I think they're getting smarter offensively, understanding that, you know what, we don't have to win it right now.
Yeah,
We just need to not turn the ball over, not give
playing.
them more possessions. When the defense gives us a couple of turnovers, which they will if we keep playing the right game, and then we'll capitalize when we need to. And the good thing was they were playing a pretty poor team that they could turn over the ball a lot and capitalize a lot.
Yep.
Now, that theory should still be the same plan when you play good teams as well.
It was harder to turn the ball over against.
You
good
might only
teams.
you might only get 1 turnover, but if you don't turn the ball over yourself and then you capitalize on that turnover, you give yourself
it was,
the
it was
opportunity.
enough to beat the Chiefs.
100%.
Yeah.
That's all it takes.
So
And
that's all it takes.
they're 10-4. Houston are 9-5, so they're absolutely fighting out. They don't play each other
No, they
again.
don't.
No.
Yeah.
So I think, did they split? I think we talked about this last week. I think
Yes,
they
they did.
split
Yeah.
games. So
Yeah.
it's going to come down to when they both play
Really,
the
the
Colts.
Texans should have beaten them twice because remember they had the game. I think that was against the Jags where they kicked all the. No, it was against Denver. Sorry,
Yeah,
they kicked all the field goals where Stroud got hurt.
Yeah, well, Jacksonville get to play Denver next week, which will be tough at Denver. But I think Denver may be due for a loss.
I'm not sure that's the game though.
No, maybe not. And then Houston, you've got playing the Raiders, which if they don't win that, they don't deserve to play playoffs.
They'll smash
That
the
should be
Raiders. Fucking
that should
suck.
be a shutout win for them.
It will be.
And then it's Houston at the Chargers, which is it's a tough game, but they are dinged up. So that's a game Houston can definitely win without 2 premier tackles. And if you've got the Jacksonville, the Colts, and the Titans. So I think Jags are going to be able to win that division. I think they're going to get it.
They're in the
Yeah.
box seat at this point. Yeah.
Yeah, I think they will. So it's an exciting division going home. It's going to be a good run. It's always fun when they don't play each other when they're like
See,
on
I
the-
disagree.
Nah,
I think
it's
the
way more
last game
fun.
of the year, and they got to play each other,
Yeah.
win or in. I think
It's-
that's fucking rad.
it's that's awesome. But when they're not playing each other, there's that excitement of like they both have to just keep winning against,
Yeah.
and they can't rely on a game against each other just to decide it. They just got to catch them.
and no one wants to drop a shit one because then it could mean
100%. It's just more pressure piles up against crappy teams. Like even Texans, I'm sure they're going into next week thinking, Raiders are no good. We're going to beat them. But there's that little bit of, what if we drop this game though?
Yeah.
And then the Jags somehow beat Denver. Then we're
Yeah,
2
2
games
games.
behind. Then we're done. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just a little bit more pressure when they're playing
You know what I'm
crappier
saying? Sometimes
teams.
like just the mind games kind of thing.
Yeah. 100%. So the South will be a good run home. And I think we're going to have, I think Texans and Jaguars are good teams when they're going to be competing for the
Yeah.
South. I think they're both good teams.
Mhm.
I don't know if they're contenders, but they're good.
I think the Texans with that defense are the closest thing to a contender you can get.
I don't know if this is outlandish. If the Texans can win the division, I actually think they can win a Super Bowl.
No, I don't think,
I'm not saying they
I don't think
will.
anyone score
I
enough
think
points.
they can
Yeah.
with
They've-
that
they've got a-
defense.
They've got I'd put more faith in the Texans defense than what I would in Jacksonville offense
Like
in
it'd be
playoff.
it'd be a
caliber games.
it'd be a dirty Super Bowl win. It'd be like a New York Giants 2016 sort of thing where it's just all NASCAR
No, I think-
pass rush. I think
I think Denver can put up points on them, and I think the Bills can too.
yeah, that's fair.
Yeah,
And,
yeah.
and
I-
Patriots can probably shut them down a bit too on offense.
yeah, I would say that if the Texans are on the road, they're not going to be a favorite, but you wouldn't be shocked if they muddied up a game,
No,
force 3 turnovers, and win by a field goal.
not shocked at all. That should be their game plan.
No, that's what I'm saying. And they can ride that sort of game plan into
and
every.
defenses obviously travel well.
Yeah,
too.
Yeah. And
So-
I think the good thing is the team that the Jags or Texans won't have to beat in the playoffs is the Kansas City Chiefs,
Officially dead.
who LA absolutely finished them. Let's start because not only did they end their season this year, but I think they ended it next year for him too. Because Mahomes has torn his ACL.
Yep.
So he'll be out till at least middle of next year.
Well, it's 9 months, so they think that everything goes well. He could be back before the start of the season, but I'm just saying that's what the early
Like, I think
time frame is.
one thing we know about Mahomes, whether you like him or don't like him, is that he will work his ass off to be ready. I think he's that sort of guy.
Love him or hate him, and I'm on record many times saying I hate him. No one can question his competitiveness. Absolutely no one.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
and his
think
work
if
ethic and all
anyone's
that,
going to
yeah.
get ready for it, it'll be him. But it's still it is a full stop on a really horrible season where everything's kind of caught up with him. All the close games, the
You're
close
right.
losses.
And unfortunately, in the NFL, most dynasties, they don't end with a bang. They end with a whimper like this.
Yeah.
Most of them do.
Yeah.
Like it's very rare that dynasties like the Patriots or the Broncos where they win 2 in a row or they playing through Super Bowls in a row or something like that. Like doesn't normally work that way.
No.
It ends in a whimper like this.
And I think that they need to make some changes. They need to do a bit of a soft rebuild because, again, if Mahomes is right and ready to go by next year, they've still got an elite level quarterback. So they need to do, we always say it back to like what Buffalo did a couple of years ago.
Yep.
They need that little soft rebuild where they just get some old guy. I think Kelsey will retire. I can't see him coming back
and
next year.
they're in a good position this year with 6 wins to not win a game and get a top 12 pick.
Yep.
Which is probably the most talented player they're going to have in cost control for a long time.
And they're
It's
still
the highest they would have drafted in the last 10 years. Think
Yeah,
about
that's
it.
what I mean.
Yeah, yeah.
So like
You're right.
you've got to use that draft pick and use it wisely.
Yep.
And
They should be
Look to
drafting.
build.
They should be drafting the best O lineman they possibly can.
Well, that's all I think. One thing with the Chiefs are they are still they're I know Chris Jones is getting older, but they're built pretty well in the trenches still.
yeah,
Like Simmons, I know he's been in and out with some
so there's some
mysterious
stuff
stuff.
going on there. Yeah.
But I think if he's all good, he's already shown he can be a really high caliber
Yeah,
left
I
tackle,
agree.
which is
Yeah.
their first tick. And they've got the center whose name I always forget. Humphreys.
Yep.
And then
Fred Humphrey, yeah,
and then
he's a guard.
Smith, the right guard, who's
Yeah.
really good. So they just need to maybe get one more guy in there, which you can do in free agency,
and get a running back.
and then
For
get a running
fuck's
back.
sake.
They've
I'd,
got
get-
it.
running
I'd be
back.
drafting a tackle and I'd be getting a free agent running back. That's what
Yeah.
I'd be doing.
and then draft one in the second round as well.
Sure. Yeah.
Just building the coffers because you can't like Pacheco's. He just is not the guy now, and it's sad for him because he was a late round pick, and he's now going into a contract year, and he's 27 years
I
old.
was about to say he was a late round pick,
And
and
he's-
he started.
So-
He was drafted later in his
Yeah,
life.
he was
Yeah.
older. He was a
Yeah.
senior, and
He's
then
going
That's what
to
I'm
miss
looking
out
for.
on some money.
he's not going to get a payday. His rookie year and his second year were really good, and then he's just tethered off. Now, can he get a 1 year deal and have a big year and get that that slightly good paycheck.
To be
Maybe, but
to be fair to him, he broke his leg last year.
yes,
And we usually say it takes a year after the event to.
he could be
So
a very
next
good
year,
value pick for
Yeah,
for agent for
exactly.
someone next
Yeah.
year, but it's not going to be on high money. He's not going to earn
No.
$50 million in his career, and it's a shame.
What did Williams get for the Cowboys?
I think
3
he-
mil a year?
I think it was 2 years, 3. It might have been only 1 year, like 3.6 or something like that.
That's something that he needs to be trying to look for.
Yeah, so
That's
like
his best case.
Williams is going to get a big a decent contract next year, probably not from the Cowboys, which
Yeah.
it sucks, but I don't think you'll get it from.
Oh,
the
it depends what the value is, but we're not talking about the Cowboys.
Cowboys.
Right
No.
now.
And then, do
shout out to the Chargers. I mean,
you know what the problem with the Chargers are? And I'm going to give a shout out to Pat McAfee because they do like their outrageous takes where people Twitter in like, "Hear me out here" is what it's called, I believe.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Someone wrote, "Hear me out here." The Chargers are 2 premier tackles away from winning a Super Bowl.
They've fucking got to them. They're on IR.
I know, and it's so fucking true. Like,
Yeah.
That's 100% correct.
even if they just had one of them, actually, no disrespect to not Joe Alt, who's the other
Slater.
one?
Rashawn
Slater.
Slater,
No
yeah.
disrespect to him. Even if they just had Joe Alt,
Yeah.
they could win the Super Bowl this year.
Yeah, I agree.
That both of them, they are scary.
Herbert is a fucking dog. I don't care what anyone says. He's as
Why-
tough as nails as that kid.
Why is he so polarizing? Because in his first 6 seasons, there's only I think it's only Dan Marino has more passing yards than him in
I
the
don't know.
first 6 seasons. But
'Cause
Mahomes
he
is
doesn't-
third. Everyone just said, "Oh, well, he's never won anything."
that's
He-
that's
He
why.
has been on the most talent devout teams
Dude,
most of
he's
his career.
He's had Brandon Staley as his coach, for God's sakes. Like, what
Yeah.
are we talking
But
about?
that-
Mate, Brandon Staley wouldn't even accept a tie with the Raiders so he could get into the playoffs. He tried to like blitz them, and then Derek Carr went, "Oh fuck you, I'm going to get a
Yeah, I
field goal
remember
here."
that. That's right.
They
Yeah.
were literally like shake hand agreement. Let's tie this game in overtime, and he went no, and lost it.
And before Jim Harbaugh got there, that organization was a complete shit show.
Yeah.
Like he's turned that whole thing around.
Yeah.
Like that's
All
Jim
the
Harbaugh.
rumors. Remember when he was coming in, he was gonna trade him and all that, and
Yeah, he was,
he was like,
McCarthy.
absolutely not. I love this kid.
Yeah.
Like that's the reason I took the job. Is this guy?
People don't like him because he's a fucking stud, mate. Like
Yeah,
he's just-
tall,
he's
white, handsome
everything they're
gunslinger.
not.
No, it's because he doesn't win playoff games. That's why.
I think people need to get more understanding that playoff wins, Super Bowl wins, they're team stats. I know the quarterback gets all the credit and all the blame, but it shouldn't be like that. Like, personal stats and all that stuff, that's on the individual in
True,
any
but
position.
he really shut the bed last year in the playoffs.
He was awful. He was
Yeah.
awful. But
and you know what? He's going to get a chance to redeem himself.
I hope he does. And the problem is he's going to redeem himself with, like, he's probably going to get a Texans or something where they've got a mean pass rush and he's going to have no tackles to protect him.
Yeah.
And he's going to get the shit beaten out of him. And he's probably going to only score 16 points, but the other team will score 30.
Yeah.
Or maybe not against this defense, but you know what I mean? He's going to have, I can feel it already. He's going to have a
It's an uphill
disappointing close loss in the playoffs and everyone's going to shit on him and it's not his fault.
No, it's definitely not his fault.
It's not even the team's fault. It's just not their fault. It's just,
luck.
yeah. And
He's trying
hopefully
his guts out, man. He's playing with a broken hand. He's stiff arming people. He's trucking people. Look, mate, the guy's an absolute animal.
there'll
I
be
love him.
plenty of guys that would just be like, put me on ice. We'll come back next year when
Yeah.
my tackles are back. He's like,
Oh, not with 10 wins.
no, but trust me, there would be dudes that would do
Dude,
that.
he had surgery on his hand, and 5 days later he was playing on Monday Night Football.
Yeah.
Like,
No, I'm not denying he's a dog, but I'm just
absolute
saying.
dog. I love
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, and shout out to them. Hey, that's another really gutsy win. They've swept the Chiefs. I think it's the first time in 4 years they've swept.
How good's that?
No, 6 years they've swept them.
Yeah.
Chiefs have won 11 division titles. It's over now.
No, it was 10. It was 10.
10
in
was
a
it?
row.
10.
in
They
a
were
row
going for
before,
11th. Yeah. So that's a long time.
Yep.
That's a long time we haven't seen the Chiefs in the playoffs.
We're definitely seeing. I don't know about a passing of the torch, but we're definitely seeing a bit of
it's a leveling.
leveling. Like that's what I was going to say. Like in years gone by, even last year and the year before, especially, the Chargers lose that game.
Yep.
They lose that game to the Chiefs just because of the Chiefs' like aura.
Yep.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Very fair.
Like now it's like, no, we're not afraid of you guys anymore, man. We know we can beat you. Yeah, I've lost my tackles and yeah, my running back isn't playing that well and whatever. But no, fuck you, man. I'm gonna beat you.
Yeah.
Like I'm just as good as you, or I'm better than you.
Yeah.
And especially
It's
like with
fresh
Denver,
attitude.
especially with Denver now as well. Like they know that on their day, Denver can beat anybody. They don't care. They're not afraid.
And one
fair.
thing that it always catches up with you, like the Chiefs have played a whole season worth of postseason games.
Yeah,
100%.
of course.
That wear and tear
like
off.
James said.
It'd be
off
more than
no
that.
rest.
It'd be more like they've been to what 5 Super Bowls. Is that right?
Dude,
Mostly it's the
dude.
one seeds they get the bye.
Yeah, so they've played 3 games
I
every
think
year
it's-
extra for 5
Is
years.
it 22 games? I think they've played over the last 5 years.
Yeah, like that's a full season in the last 5 years.
And that's like playoff football. That is like not just going out against the Raiders and pulling your starters at halftime.
No,
that is playing.
That's Super Bowls.
Yeah.
No, they've made 8 AFC Championship games in a row.
Yeah.
And I heard a stat today again on the Rich Eisen podcast. This will be the first time in 10 years that an AFC Championship game does not feature Mahomes or Brady.
Yeah, or Roethlisberger, Burrow, and Joe
Manning.
Flacco. They're the 5.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, it is crazy. It's going to be a fresh group of quarterbacks in the
Love it.
playoffs. So
Good.
let's go to the next game. We have Buffalo storming home against the
I
Patriots.
don't know about this. I don't know why you put the smug Patriots. Why were they smug?
Oh,
Nah,
did
it's
you
it's
not?
the
Hang on.
fans.
Did you see the Patriots? The commentator, the radio commentator, they were up 21-0, and he was like, "Oh, they're done. Their city's done. It's
Yeah,
our turn."
Then we'll talk about nuffies that do the radio. Come on, bro. What are we talking about? If you're going to do that, you might as well listen to Dave Portnoy. the fucking
Oh,
moron.
and shout out to Tommy for putting together I think it's our clip of the year where he put all the touchdowns. Dave Portnoy crowing, "It's over. We've taken it back." It's then Josh Allen went, "Nah."
Well, in fairness, they were up 21-0, and then it was 24-3, I think.
Yes.
So, yeah, hell of a comeback.
No, it was,
Yeah.
it was 24-7.
Was it?
Buffalo
Okay,
scored
yeah,
just
yeah.
before the half.
Yeah.
And it was what, like Buffalo did the right thing. They scored just before the half.
Get
They
the ball
come
back.
out, score straight away again. They get a stop, score straight away again. All of a sudden, it's a 1-score game.
Yeah.
And then all the pressure's back on. And like Josh Allen genuinely stole Drake May's like MVP moment.
Yeah.
If he'd rolled on to win this game, they win. And
It would have been the signature win against the soft schedule and all that sort of stuff. But May didn't look good.
No, he didn't play well. It was actually Travion Henderson saved them in this
Yeah.
game.
What? Just the one run, really?
He had two over 50-yard
Yeah.
runs, and that run when everything was going against them, looked like it was all going to be over. Buffalo going to roll on to win by a couple of scores. He broke another
Yeah.
huge run to take the lead, but unfortunately for the Patriots, fortunately for football fans and Buffalo fans, is that Josh Allen is just he's just when he's in that like rhythm, he's unstoppable. Like
That's
he
why I
just
think he's the best
genuinely
player in the league. I know you guys say Miles Garrett, but Josh Allen can win any game at any time.
yeah, it's very fair.
Did you see Vrabel's press conference afterwards? I was like, oh, what do you think? He's like, well, that's why they pay him $60 million a year, man. Like, he's really good at football.
He also whinged about the refs, which I didn't like.
Oh,
Vrabel.
I felt like watching this game that if any team got bailed out by the refs, it was the Patriots.
Yeah.
I think the refs have been so poor for so long that I think it's just you just gotta recognize that it's just going to be part of it and just.
No,
you just gotta
I
play through it.
know, but I was just like, if you're going to use the refs as an excuse, you'd want to be bent over and fisted by the refs. I felt like in the rub of the green, the Patriots probably came out ahead in this
Yeah.
particular
The
game.
biggest thing they're arguing about, the biggest like gripe they have was the PI call on the third. I think it was like 3rd and 11.
Mm.
It was PI.
Yeah.
I can't remember who the receiver was. As he went to break out, the corner grabbed him
Yeah.
and stopped him breaking out.
No, it was an in. He followed him on the in. It was a dig.
Yeah, that's
It
right.
was
Yeah.
a dig, and he had one arm around the waist and one arm around this way, and he pulled the jersey.
Yeah, he
So
stopped him.
It was 2 PIs in the one play because he had the 2 arms around him, and then he grabbed the jersey when he still broke free.
He knew he was beat, and he was like, "I'm
Yeah.
going to try and hopefully not get called," which is I don't hate that either. Just
No, that's-
compete with it.
I,
Risk that they're not going to call the penalty over the guy catching it. Like I don't hate that
There's
either.
2 things I really hate about DBs at the moment. The first one is when you know that you've been burnt and you do everything you can because you want to give up the penalty and not get the catch.
Yep.
It makes sense in the moment. And then you whinge and plead your case that wasn't a PI. The second one is when you get burnt and then the receiver or whoever's getting the ball drops an obvious catch that would have been yak,
Oh,
and then they do the strap. It's like, bro, all you were burnt toast.
Yeah.
You were just a traffic cone in a training drill.
To be fair, though, it's pretty hard to play corner in the NFL.
I know.
Oh,
I
outside a
know.
quarterback.
Yeah,
I
it's
know.
pretty-
I know. But like, don't celebrate when you've been burnt, man, because that's on your highlight reel that you just got torched on a dig route or a quick out or whatever the route is. Like,
Yeah.
And just a final thought on this game: if you're New England, like I don't think you lost many fans with this game. Like it took a really Herculean performance by Allen and even Cook in the second half to win this game. Like I still think that they've got positive momentum. I think
Oh,
they'll be
yeah,
okay.
absolutely. They've
I
got
don't
11
think-
wins.
I don't think they're contenders though. I saw enough now that against all the good teams that they'll be found out. They didn't run the ball well outside of two really good explosive plays. Drake May didn't look good, and then the defense, which is their saving grace for how everything's going, got exposed dreadfully. They had
In the second half,
they had six scoring drives against them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was the second half was bad. I agree.
So I think when you're going against
Was it Big Brother sort of stuff from Buffalo? Sort of felt like in that second half.
They just went, hey, we're in a playoff game right now,
Yep.
and we will flex.
still or die.
That's what I mean. Like it's
Yeah.
like the Big Brother going, "Hey, this is cute, but
Yeah,
it's over."
If you look at their run home,
So New England have at Ravens, which they should be the favorite for that game,
Yeah,
in my opinion.
absolutely.
Then they've got Jets and Dolphins, which they should
they'll
absolutely
finish.
win.
They'll
both of
finish
them.
the number one seed, but depending on the Broncos. But I just think that when other teams that have no weaknesses and have been more battle tested throughout the year, I think they're susceptible of getting beat against the elite teams.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to win a Super Bowl this year. I don't think so. And Drake May, all the credit to him, he's been outstanding this year, but there's some cracks to his game as a second year player, which
He's
is
just gotta
very
grow.
normal.
He's just got to grow. Hey,
And,
in
yeah.
6 years' time, we're going to be talking about him like Allen because he's going to be up there.
I think so.
He
Too.
can do it all.
Yeah,
pretty
but
fair.
Allen also didn't do it in his second year as well.
No, he was
first year with
awful in
Vrabel.
his
First
first
year with Vrabel, and if they can get 12, 13, 14 wins and be the one seed in the first year, like
I don't
all right,
think they'll be the ones.
So-
I think Denver will be the ones.
fine. But even still, no matter what happens from here, it's still a successful season. No
Oh,
matter what.
absolutely successful. If they're a playoff team in a rebuild year,
With
hats
home
off to them.
finals?
Yeah,
Get out of here.
yeah,
Come on.
outstanding. Now it's going to be a tight run home. I'm very interested to watch those next three games for both those
Agree.
teams. All right, let's go to another big win. Who the number one seed. Tom changed it from the Philadelphia Broncos, which was I'm flat about. That was
Shout out.
outstanding. They got it was a feisty game from Green Bay. They hung in there, but unfortunately,
This was a statement win for Denver.
Oh,
Man.
Denver were lucky in this one.
Oh no, they were. Why
Yes,
were
they
lucky?
were.
Why were they lucky?
There was so Love had two picks. One was an absolute sensational play by PSU.
yeah, it was fair.
That was a sensational play.
That ball was underthrown.
It was slightly underthrown.
It was
but
underthrown. That it should have just been an incomplete pass. That's I think the
but
sensational was the turnover.
Don't fucking throw. to
Hang on.
PS2.
Bo Nix
Fair.
hits Green Bay defenders 4 times in that game, and not one of them was picked. If one of them had been picked, Green Bay win that game.
Yeah, fine, but he also threw 4 touchdowns to 4 different receivers. Like you can't say that.
I thought Bonix played really
No,
well.
I'm just saying that like both teams played well. It's just fortune favored Broncos this game.
Well, yeah, I would say fortune definitely didn't favor the
Michael
Green Bay
Parsons.
Packers because one thing they could have done within that last quarter was an elite pass rusher, and Micah Parsons has done his ACL, so he'll be on the same 9-month sort of
Recovery,
path.
yeah.
But you got to understand that
Well,
a quarterback and a defensive end are completely different positions, and a quarterback doesn't need to have his full athleticism back to play like Mahomes will. Parsons will need it back, so it could take a little
especially
bit
for
longer.
him because he's a speed rusher as well.
Yeah. And he was outstanding until he got hurt. I think he really could have been the difference late in that game, and they really
Christian
missed him.
Watson had another concussion, which is a
Yeah.
little
No,
bit
and he-
concerning.
But has he
shoulder.
broken his collarbone? Or
Yeah,
something?
Oh, the collarbone.
Yeah.
Oh, I just watched the Fast 40 or whatever they call it, and I just saw him out like a light. I
Yeah,
was
he
like,
definitely hit his head too, but it was his shoulder.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if it's collarbone or anything like that.
Oh,
but
okay,
he's
okay.
hurt his
I
shoulder.
probably should have done some research on it.
Two things I want to say. This was, and I called it in the preview. I said, be careful of a Sean Payton coach team off a bye.
Very fair.
This was easily Bo Nix's best game he's ever played
Very fair.
by a mile.
Yeah, he was good.
Movement inside the pocket, evading pressure, even the bootlegs, the play action, everything was unreal. Those
Played really well.
beautiful throws down the field
Against
to
a good
Sutton.
defense too.
That's what I was going to say. Against a good defense, against a good pass rush.
I would say Green
Played
Bay
really well.
with Micah Parsons is a championship defense.
Yeah, absolutely.
And the second point I wanted to make is that, unfortunately, now, especially without Parsons, I'm not saying that they're not going to make the playoffs, and I'm not even saying that they can't win a playoff game. I just don't know that if they can win a Super Bowl now.
No, I don't think so either.
Yeah.
I think offensively they're very patchy.
Yeah.
I really do like Jordan Love. I like him a lot, but I think like Aaron Rodgers for years worked with a lesser talented offense, but he was so good that it didn't almost matter a lot of the time.
Yeah, he
Jordan
elevated
Love's
everyone else.
Jordan Love's he's not Aaron Rodgers. So he needs some talent. And when we
To
get to
be
the
fair.
offseason, like they just need to build that offense for him.
There's
They
not
have to.
many Aaron Rodgers getting around.
No, extremely fair. Like it's
Yeah.
it's an unfair
Comparison.
The
comparison.
Packers are spoiled because they had Favre and then Rodgers. So
Yeah.
And Love's no slouch. Like
No, he's
you,
very
you can
good.
love him
No
or
slouch.
hate him, but he's no slouch.
No, he's no slouch. I'm not saying and say what you want about him, but yeah, he's obviously got talent, but he's very patchy and he can turn the ball like that second pick that he threw. That literally turned the whole game.
Yeah, it did.
Turned the whole game.
And he was
Denver
throwing it under. One thing I do like about him, and that throw, like turnover, PS2 superstar, defensive player of the year last year. Like, it's enough.
Don't throw it to him, bro.
But
What are you doing?
I like the mentality of under pressure, stepping up. He's like, you know what? I'm going to launch this. I'm going to get it. Because against lesser teams and not against PS2, and if he doesn't get hit just as he throws it,
Yeah.
it's probably a touchdown.
I would say-
I agree, but you got to be able to think of in the moment,
Yeah.
and that's the difference. In the moment, you got to think, hang on, that's PS2 there. I can't make that throw. I can't throw
but
it.
if that's a one receiver, it's not getting picked off.
No, probably
They're at
his
least
shields
fighting it.
Yeah.
That receiver barely fought it. He
sure,
was-
I agree.
Yeah.
I would
That's my point.
say-
situational awareness.
Yeah.
I would say 9 times out of 10, that play, if it's not PS2,
probably a
is a
PI.
catch or a PI.
Yeah, that's very fair too. But PS2's just so
100%
good.
correct.
It's just
PS2's
PS2's that good.
Yeah.
PS2's that good.
Exactly.
And that's what makes Love good because he trusts his guys and he goes, oh, you know what? I'm throwing that.
So get him some better guys.
He also got blitz off the edge and then saw the blitzer and then Wicks just broke on his route and he just lollipopped it, beautifully weighted ball.
Well, he had some great throws.
Yeah.
He actually had some great throws.
Like you take the good with the bad. I will always back in a guy that's going to be like, hey, I'm going to live or die on my arm. That's fine.
He definitely subscribes to the theory of live by the sword, die by the sword.
It's a-
No doubt about that.
it's a real Brett Favre mentality,
Yeah, no doubt.
which everyone thought Aaron Rodgers was. Aaron Rodgers actually wasn't. He was meticulous in how
No,
he
he's a
operated.
surgeon.
Completely different.
And
Yeah.
I've stood by it and I stand by it forever. Aaron Rodgers isn't the best quarterback ever, but he's the best passer of the football I've ever seen. I
Yeah,
just
not
can't
as in like a technical, as in like he doesn't have the best throw,
no, but it's just
but he just played the position the best.
or like he should be more compared to like a guy like Drew Brees. You know,
yeah,
he just dissected teams, and it may even a Peyton Manning. Like that's what Peyton
Yeah.
Manning was so good at. Peyton Manning didn't have a big arm at all.
or Tom Brady as well.
Yeah, Tom Brady didn't have a big arm. He
No.
just
No,
dissected
Rod's got a
the
bigger
game.
arm than both those two.
Yeah, that's
For
why
sure.
he's the best passer ever.
Yeah.
Because he's got that mentality of dissecting teams and the arm to back it up.
Anyway,
if he
we can
has to.
talk about Rodgers with.
No, we
with
won't
the
talk about it much
Steelers.
with Steelers. Let's go.
No, he had a good game. He actually had
No,
a
he
good game.
did. He did.
So for-
Absolutely.
For Green Bay, the season's not over, but I think your championship run this year is over.
Unfortunately, I tend to agree.
Yep.
I do.
Yep.
Let's go to the next game. Detroit Lions. They battled their ass off against a really, really good Rams team, but unfortunately, Rams they're just too
When-
polished, man.
When Detroit went up by 2 touchdowns,
Oh, no one was happier than me. I can tell
early in
you.
the second half, I'm like, fuck, they're gonna pinch this because Scotty was saying in the preview, no, they're gonna go in there, they're gonna slap him in the face, they're gonna pinch it.
I thought they would. The energy died.
Goff was dealing. You know, the D line, Rams D line was getting zero pressure. He had all day. You give Goff time in a dome, and he's gonna dice you, and he did in the first half.
Do you know what the problem? Do you know where Detroit fell apart?
Couldn't run the ball.
Gibbs and Montgomery got
Yep.
absolutely shut down. It was as if Denver went in saying, "Let's play the
Denver?
game." Sorry, as if LA went
Rams.
in and saying, "If we're going to get into a duel with quarterbacks, we're going to win.
Yep.
Let's shut the run game down. Let's not let them drain the clock." And
That's
that's
a really good
what
point.
they did. And then they let Stafford just take over. Like he's the MVP. He's winning the.
Yeah.
It's done now. I don't think anyone else can win it.
Puka had an amazing game. He was in and out of the tent like he always is. But
Mate.
fuck, he's such a dog. I love Puka.
Yeah, 180 yards,
Yeah.
9 catches. Cody Parkinson had people getting upset about the Cody Parkinson touchdown. Obviously, I haven't listened to what the ruling was. So he caught it
Mm.
and then actually dropped the ball as he was getting tackled, but it didn't hit the ground.
Mm.
So he caught it, fumbled it as the guy tackled, or not fumbled it, dropped the catch as he was tackling him, and then he's got his hand back under it to complete the catch when he was in the end zone.
Mm.
So his knee hitting the ground short doesn't matter because the catch didn't start until he was in the end zone.
Yeah,
already.
it's technically like a drop and then like caught it again.
It's from I shit on refs as much as anyone. That was actually the 100% correct call in that moment. If they took that mindset to the other players, like the likely play, their touchdowns too. That's what they need to have. When was the catch completed? Once it's completed, the play's dead. He's in the end zone, touchdown. That's what it is. So be upset by it if you want, but that's 100% a touchdown. Lions should just be upset by the fact that their defense is awful. It's falling apart. It's not playing well. Hutchinson had a pick that almost was a pick six.
Yeah.
Other than that, there was just not a lot of juice from them. And when you give up 41 points, you're just not going to win many
you're
games.
probably going to lose. That's right.
Yeah. With all the teams that have these really elite defenses, the Rams are just sneaking in under the radar.
Yeah.
They're the best team against the run. They're one of the best teams running the ball. And if you know anything
Kyle Williams
about
had a good
football,
game.
if you run the ball well and then you stop the run, you give yourself, and I wouldn't even know a percentage chance of winning, but it's going to be in the 80s. And then you throw on top of that you've got an elite D line that is with the pass rush.
They can get pressure. Yeah,
And
absolutely.
then on the other side, you have Stafford just wheeling and dealing like the wily old fox that he is.
Mhm.
They are just a complete team without any weaknesses. They run it out of 13 personnel. They run it out of 12.
They love
run
that
it.
13, don't they?
Oh,
How good do they look
I
at
love
that?
it. It's
Yeah.
so good.
Yeah.
They'll run it with an 11 personnel with like Puka Nakua as a crackback blocker. They'll just run it down your throat.
Three tight ends a lot as well, which
That's 13 personnel,
Yeah,
James.
yeah, sorry.
Thanks.
so I was trying to look at Puka Nakua got hurt. I don't know if he's going to play this week.
Nah, Adams is the one that's out.
Adams did his hamstring.
Puka will
Apparently, it's
play.
not that bad.
I think that's smoke and mirrors. I saw the injury and I was like, "There's no way a
he
man."
pulled up immediately.
Yeah,
Even the defenders were like, "Don't touch him, man."
Yeah,
He just tore his
that's-
hamstring.
That as someone that has done hamstrings and calves, when you pull up like that, that is not an
I've done
injury
my
you come
calves
back from
and
straight
stuff.
away.
The thing was, if you-
Obviously, he'll be back for playoffs, but he won't be playing against the Seahawks on a short week. There's no way.
that we'll talk about.
I'd be
later as
very
well.
shocked.
Yeah, but I think Puka will be fine. And if you've got Puka, I think they've got every bit of a chance to do
Oh,
whatever they want
for
to do.
sure.
He's
Absolutely.
He's that good.
Make
Yeah.
no mistake, the Rams are a legit Super Bowl contenders. No
Yeah.
mistake about
They're a
it.
class in their own.
And what are they? What they're now?
They're
No,
11-3.
They're 11-3 with Seattle. And San Fran won again. So that
Yeah, they're
division's
10-3. Yeah, 10-4. Yeah.
unreal. So it's going to be a really, really fun run home for that division starting
it's
on
not.
Thursday, which we'll talk about
It's-
later.
It's really not fun at all.
It's gonna be awesome.
Enjoy. You should enjoy it as a football fan.
From the outside looking
I
in, it's
am-
unreal.
Oh yeah, for everyone else, I'm sure it's
You're
fun.
gonna have three teams in that division with 11 or more wins. Like that's fucking unreal, bro. That's so good.
They
Yeah.
could have, looking at the record, they could have 3 teams with 12 wins.
Yeah, yeah.
Like
they
very,
probably will.
very easily.
That's wild.
And like Arizona for most of the year weren't bad. They just weren't getting wins.
No, they were not bad at all. They were frisky as all hell.
The first half of the year they were very
Yeah.
frisky.
That's what
Like-
I mean. Yeah,
like
yeah.
San Fran have got Colts and Bears the next 2 games, which are very winnable.
Please, someone fucking beat them.
You guys got a week 1, you bastards.
Oh no, well,
Now they'll beat the Colts for sure.
Yeah, well, we'll
Oh,
talk
I
about
hope
them.
not.
We'll talk about them soon. Let's talk about we'll talk about so Carolina go down to the Saints. So after we talked about the Bucks obviously losing to Atlanta last week, this is why
Nuke the division. No one
Yeah,
cares.
this is why this division's no fun.
No,
Because
I'm-
teams just can't get it done when they
I'm
need to.
all about my man Tyler Shuck. I rate.
I
him
like
so-
Shook too.
He's so good. Like they gotta roll with him next year and just keep going. Obviously I'm a big fan of Kellen Moore for obvious reasons.
Yep.
He's a very good coach and he's doing a lot with not much. And even just to win 4 games is amazing.
They're almost like winning them stupidly. That's like they're almost, which I still love.
Yeah.
Like they've beaten the Bucks and the Panthers, who are contending for the division 2 weeks in a row.
This
Like,
is-
just playing ultimate spoiler.
This is the difference between a franchise that has a pedigree and a franchise that lives in a dumpster fire realm, because they're coming out. They played hard at the start of the season. They had a little bit of a lull, and they've come back. They've worked it out. They're playing teams tough. They're winning games. They don't give a fuck about a draft pick.
No, they don't.
They don't care.
No.
Let the Titans and the Browns and the Jets, they can have a draft pick and reset their franchise for another 5 years.
Well, reset it for 1 year till it all falls apart again.
Yeah.
Like every year.
Inevitably, yeah.
The Saints are coming here to play football. That's
Yep.
what they believe. That's what they're there to do. So
And Callum Moore's he's a head coach.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree.
I think he's won some respect. The team love him. And then like the ultimate win that could have happened to them for this year is that Tyler Shock looks like he's going to be all right.
yeah,
Now, I don't know if he's going to be an elite quarterback, but as a rookie to play the way he's played, he could almost be rookie of the year this year.
I don't hate that take. I don't hate it.
Well,
Like-
it's sort of everyone else has just died in a heap. So, I mean, if he gets one more win, why can't he? They would give him what, 3 wins for the year?
Like he's
Well,
played
no,
well.
Rattler didn't even get a win.
No, he's
So
won
if
all
he
of
gets
them.
another win, we get 5 wins on a team that everyone thought would win 1 game. So
Yeah.
No, I had him winning 2 games. So
yeah.
yeah,
So-
and he's shown more than enough for them to roll with him next year. They can use their draft picks to build a team and get some more talent around him. Maybe improve that O-line a little bit. And
consistently they've used their draft picks on O-line. I think 3 of their last 4 first rounders are O-line.
yeah, well, that's what proper franchises do,
Yeah.
Scott.
Yeah.
they build the trenches because
Yeah.
they know that they can find value in the 3rd and 4th round and get receivers and whatever. So no, that's good. I'm happy for New Orleans.
What about the Panthers? Like, what are we
Well,
thinking?
this is the problem with the Panthers. One way they're winning games they shouldn't be winning. They're losing games they shouldn't be losing. Like, this is
Yeah.
the problem.
And it all hinges off. Like I said, I really like Bryce Young, but the inconsistencies are becoming very clear. He also doesn't have a ton of talent offensively around him, which is fair. But
Dowdle's had a good year.
yeah, like they're running.
and McMillan's a good. He's a
He
good
will be
receiver.
good. I
He
think
will be
there's some
good.
hope there for
Yeah.
him. Like I don't think it's all doom and
There's
gloom.
just-
Hitch your wagon to Hobbit Boy, and you got to live.
well,
with the
I was
consequences. That's it.
literally just about to say they need to find a tractor because right now they've got a cart at
Yeah.
quarterback.
Yeah, and you either got to find the rest of the team that can tractor him because he's shown that on his day he can be very good, but you've just got to get the ceiling and the floor closer together.
Yeah, well,
'Cause-
that's the secret to being a good pro.
Oh, all these guys that play in the NFL are good
That's why he
quarterbacks.
looks so good at Alabama because he had an NFL roster
Yeah.
at Alabama. And he's like,
Oh,
yeah, he
he's
looks
looked good. He's looked good in the NFL.
And he's got the franchise record for passing yards. in
He's
the game.
looked good
Yeah,
in the
that's what I'm
NFL.
saying.
Yeah.
And that was against Atlanta, who are one of the best pass defenses in football.
Yeah.
Like they're not like they're
Fine, and then
a
you had a
chump
lame
team.
duck, and then you had a lame duck game.
Well,
a fucking week
this is-
later or 2
this
weeks
is the
later.
whole
That's
issue.
the point,
Yeah.
exactly.
This is the whole issue. Yeah.
So look, I said it's not all doom and gloom. The bottom line is that the Bucks and Carolina, they play each other 2 times in the last 3 weeks. It's going to come down to those
That'll
games.
decide.
I'll tell you what, the 5 seeds just got to buy.
Who's the 5 seed going to be in the
Oh, it's
NFC?
either
Prob-
Seattle or
Probably
Rams
Seattle
or 49ers. It'd be someone from the
Or-
NFC West.
Or maybe Green Bay if everything goes their way, which is probably not going to happen. But they're the
I
team,
don't
they're
think
the
they can win
caliber.
enough- I don't think they'll win enough games. It'll
There's a
probably-
caliber of team.
I think they're already a game behind all the other teams. in the
Yeah, like
West.
that's the caliber of teams they're going to have a Seattle, Rams, or 49ers.
Yeah, it's a buy.
Like Green Bay would probably be the best case for them.
This is as close to a lame duck 4 seed as can possibly be.
Watch Tampa Bay win and just smoke a team out of the blue.
Well, that's why I said
I don't think this iteration of Tampa Bay. I think
the-
that
in the
they're over the
playoffs?
hill. Yeah,
I like
Well,
Carolina.
they beat you guys 3 weeks ago, whatever it was, so they could easily
it
do
was
it again.
week 3. It was a fucking
Tampa,
eternity.
that was ages ago.
Was it?
That was when they were good.
Tampa started 6-1.
Yeah,
Like it's
That's
been
when they were
it's
good.
been a disastrous fall off. Now, in saying that, if I said
3 weeks ago.
I like Carolina,
Was it? I thought it was
But-
closer than that.
No, it was week 3.
if I had to pick a team from this team to make the playoffs for the value of the playoffs, I'm taking the Bucks because Evans healthy, Baker on his day. They're just a much better team.
Godwin, Irving.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like-
like you give him a shot. You give him a shot. to
yeah,
beat
it,
someone.
it could happen. Whereas
These
if we
guys got
get
no shot.
a dog shit Carolina game, it'll just be an awful playoff game.
Carolina beat the Rams 2 weeks ago as well.
That's true.
Fucking
This is my point.
get your shit together.
just work it out, Carolina.
Yeah.
Please. All right, let's
Shout out
go.
to the defense though. They were the worst defense in history last year, and they've turned around to be a quite competent and they're actually quite a good defense.
Now, talking about quite a good defense, Seattle
Both defenses played well in this game.
get a dominant win over Old Man Rivers. I'd say dominant because there was a bit of an argument in the group chat this week about the win.
I wouldn't call it an argument. I'd call it a healthy discussion.
Constructive discussions are what
No,
we're
it
using.
was very healthy.
I never said dominant. I just took the piss because the Eagles get dominant. Fucking
You said it was
2
it was,
point
you said it
wins.
was an elite 2-point win, is what you called it.
yeah,
Yeah, it's called tongue in cheek. George.
yeah.
I know English is your second language, but
Sorry, bro.
switch the fuck on.
Sorry, bro.
Wake up.
No, I think this was a little bit of a case of Seattle. For 3 weeks, the only thing people have been talking about is when the Rams play Seattle again.
Yep.
And I think there was a little bit of an oversight on the Colts.
Mm.
I think the Colts definitely got a bit of juice with Phillip Rivers in the building.
Mhm.
He has that personality that he brings juice.
So fucking likable, isn't he?
He is.
See him in his post press game conference that you started crying because he just hoped that his high school team watched him and thought he fought his ass off.
Yeah.
I was
yeah.
like, mate, you don't have to hope your high school team did. Everyone in the world saw it and knew you did.
yeah.
Like, he's
Impossible
44
to
years
hate
old.
him.
He's
Impossible to hate.
one of the most likable guys in
And
sport.
we've all seen the trash talking videos. He's the Mount Rushmore of trash talking.
without
Like,
swearing. 'Cause he
yeah,
doesn't
without
swear.
swearing.
He's
I love
awesome.
that. I love that.
He's-
He's so good.
But I just think that Seattle may have overlooked the Colts a little bit. I
Yeah.
think that it was quite windy and it
was just the red zone offense was just awful.
and that's what it comes down to. Honestly,
red
that-
zone offense was bad. They couldn't run the ball.
Yeah.
They couldn't get that running game going, which is important,
Yeah.
especially for Darnold. He needs
100%.
that running game. I thought the Colts defense played well, like you said. They definitely got some juice from Rivers. And I said this in the group chat, and I was speaking hyperbolically, but there's a little bit of an element of truth to what I said in that before I can say that Seattle are contenders,
Yeah.
which they're positioning themselves to be purely because of their record and the wins that they've stacked up. I just want to see, because if you go through their wins, like I said, they have not had
Here we go.
one proper signature win where they've just dominated a good team, which is what you need to do as a contender.
but how come this wasn't your point of view with the Patriots that literally played 7 of the top 10 draft picks?
Yeah, but the difference with the Patriots is that
And they were
they
winning
played-
games on missed field goals. Seattle's not winning games on missed field goals.
All you're doing is kicking field goals. Like you
Only in this game.
Yeah,
Like,
they,
they're one of the,
they had the
they're a
best
top 10
offense in the
offense.
league for 10 weeks.
my point is that now the whips are cracking.
Yeah.
This is the time to put your nuts on the fucking
Hey,
table.
can we save this when we preview the next game? Because I think that's going to become more privy when we preview the game at the end.
Sure.
Thursday night.
I would, there's 2 reasons why.
Oh.
Our offensive line, we've lost the center. He's just come back, the starting center.
Sure.
And Cross has been in and out of every game for the last 3 or 4 weeks, and he's probably our best offensive lineman. And I know that it's hard to believe, but not having Torrey Horton, who is a rookie, but he's just a mismatch because he's 6'4",
Yeah, that's
and he
fair.
runs a 4.3. He's like your bailout guy. He's had like 11 receptions and 5 of them are touchdowns.
I get your point, but you can't tell me that your whole offense is hinging on a fucking rookie.
No, it's not. But it's losing that player that has been integrated into the red zone and then trying to integrate Shaheed in the red zone over the last 3 or 4 weeks because we can't run the ball well, because we've got offensive line issues. That's the reason why for the last couple of weeks, the red zone efficiency has gone down.
All right,
They were running at 66% for 12 weeks.
We'll get to more of it in the preview.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I just want to give one shout out to Seattle, Nick Emanwari, and shout out to you, Scotty.
Oh.
You called him before they drafted it. He should have been a top 10 pick. He should win defensive player
Someone
of
should
the year.
listen to me. I
He
swear to
should
God.
win defensive player of the year.
He will.
That guy is one of the most versatile players I've ever seen. You know who he reminds me of? Honey Badger, but bigger.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's like Honey Badger that can play linebacker. That's how
or
good he is.
end, really.
Yeah, like they're using him as a pass rusher at times
Yeah.
too. Like he is the defensive player. He's the defensive rookie of the year.
I think he's.
I hope he doesn't get done like Wallen did that year for Sauce Gardner because he should have won it too.
Well, Schwartz will get it because he's got like 110 tackles. But I think
Schwartz, and he'd be worthy. Like Schwartz's not
He's
a
had a
bad
really
player
good
at all,
year too.
but
I think-
Emanwari should be for impact.
I think- well,
Warrior's
his-
ceiling is much higher though.
But I think Emanwari missed 4 games with a sprained ankle and already has more impact plays.
No, he's outstanding.
Yeah.
He's if they can just get Witherspoon rolling again because he's been in and out with injury
Witherspoon's been absolutely phenomenal
when
the
he
point,
plays.
to the point now where teams are just avoiding him like the Black Plague.
Mm.
They're like, oh, he's lining up to the left. We're throwing to the right.
Yeah.
Like they're just game planning him out of the game.
Well, I said this defense is outstanding. So we'll talk about them a little bit more when we come up for the preview. Let's get to we don't have to spend a lot of time on this game. San Francisco winning 37-24. I thought the Titans they played hard. Like they were they're playing with it. Their coach is already fired from week 5.
Yep.
Can I say one thing on Cam Ward? Because 49ers terrific. You got a win that you needed to get. They're not a very good team. I'm not discrediting it, but it was what you needed to do, and you did it perfectly. Nothing wrong with
Yep.
it. But Cam Ward,
And George Kittle is having a sneaky great year.
he'll be all pro.
Coming back from injury.
Actually, no,
Yeah,
I think Trey McBride will probably pip it from him. But
yeah I'd say so.
he's up there. He'll be second team. I think he's outstanding.
He's so good. He's one of my favorite players.
and
I love the way he
his
plays.
blocking is
I love
just
the way he
unreal.
plays.
Yeah.
But I just want to talk about Cam Ward because has there ever been a number 1 overall pick that has been slept on so much? I think that as an NFL culture, we are so used to first round picks coming in and just instantly turning around a franchise. Like you think about the last few years, it's kind of like even Caleb Williams last year, he got way more credit on a pretty bad team, right? It was all the coach's fault, this and that.
He also had Ruben Odunze.
Yeah,
he
that's
had
what I mean. Like
Swift. He had like a top 5 defense.
Cam Ward's offense is one, like their best player is Tony Pollard, who probably isn't a starting running back on any other team. No, like, and he's not a bad player.
I'm amazed he's still got any tread on the tires.
He's getting his offensive line's one of the worst rated behind it. It's only in front of the Chargers for worst rated.
Wow. Yep.
They're terrible. They can't protect him. The way he moves around, buys time, and then it's not all the time, but some of the throws he makes, you can see it. And I think he just needs to get some credit.
For sure.
He is. Now we talk about Tyler Shook being the offensive rookie of the year. It really should just be Cam Ward because of the team he's playing in, the fact that he's going to play every game with how much he's getting hit. And if you watch him and watch the way he does the certain plays he's able to pull off with awful supporting cast, I think he's proven more than a lot of first overall picks that he's extremely capable of being a good quarterback in the NFL.
I know what you're saying, and I'm going to agree with you because there's like the games that you watch, the majority of it's pretty bad because they're just terrible. But when he's playing, there's like 2 or 3 or even like 4 throws a game. You think like, oh, that one's like, oh shit, that's
live.
Wow. Yep. That was a fucking dart, or wow, that was a beautiful layered throw, or that's a strike over the middle. Like, there's no doubt he's got the talent to be an NFL quarterback. Problem is, he's got no fucking coach. He's got no O-line. He's got no running game. Like,
he's got no receivers. They're all rookies.
Exactly. It's like there's only so much he can do.
Yeah,
there's only so much.
That's all. I just want to give him some flowers. I think he's trying his guts out there, and he's making some good plays.
No doubt about it.
If anyone calls him a bust, they just literally discredit anything. They just stop stealing oxygen.
Well, if they're calling him a bust, it's just clear they're just not watching the game.
No, they're just watching box scores. He's had a couple of bad games. Don't get me wrong, but he's getting annihilated. His best receiver is a Kongwu, who will be lucky to be a top 15 tight end.
Yeah.
Lucky. That's generous.
Yeah. That's his best receiver.
They've clearly got a lot of work to do in the offseason. I mean, first of all, they've got to get a fucking coach, all right? And then they've got to just I don't even know where you start.
I think if they get the number 1 pick, surely you just get it for a king's ransom. Unfortunately, there's no quarterbacks this draft. But
that Mendoza kid's going number 1.
Is that the Oregon guy?
No, the Indiana
kid. He's 100% going number 1.
Yeah. Oh, they reckon the Oregon kid, I've forgotten his name now. They reckon the Raiders are really eyeing him if they have the number 1 pick.
No way. Mendoza will be going number 1.
Yeah. So they should try and trade out of it.
Yeah, try and get 3 picks.
At the moment, I think the Giants have the number 1 pick.
Oh, they do. Yeah. Well, that's another team.
They don't. Yeah, they might sell it. They might sell the farm for a quarterback as well. But they're in a good spot. When you've got I think they've got the quarterback. I do believe that
for sure. Absolutely.
And just on the Giants, we're not going to talk about the Giants tonight because I'm not talking about the Giants and the Commanders. But it's crazy stat. Jackson Dart has gone into concussion protocol 50% of the games.
So he's getting protocol again after that game.
Did you see that thing that's coming out that he thinks he's getting targeted because he gets up and he's fine, but they will call him into the blue tent because now there's like a recurring thing that it's like, oh, he's been hit, he needs to get checked. Like how Tua was a few years ago.
They just look at the hits and go, that was a hit to the head. We need to check him.
Yeah.
It's just a safety. Like he just needs to change the way he's playing. Unfortunately, he has to change.
You know how you solve that? You get down or you get out of bounds. That's how.
Yeah.
Or someone invest in an O-line and protect him, or get him receivers that can win routes and he can actually
they'll get Neighbors back next year. Like the Giants are a clusterfuck. I just wanted to bring it up. Like, Darts, his career is going to be very short if he doesn't polish it up a bit.
He looks all right this game, though.
I said it 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, he played fine. Yeah, had some good moments. Let's go to the, I think it was a Sunday night football game. I told you boys, Dallas, I knew they'd lose this game. It just felt like their loss.
This is a really disappointing loss if I'm Dallas. If I'm a Dallas fan, it's a disappointing loss.
Do you know?
They have no business losing this game, really.
They got the influx of those trades for the defensive guys. It helped them for a couple of weeks. Like Williams can only do so much.
The juice is gone.
They just cannot cover. I'm sorry, but Eberflus just should not be a defensive coordinator in the NFL. I understand that his scheme is rush 4 and cover, but if you cannot generate any form of pressure with 4 rushes,
you need to bring.
You have to change.
Yeah,
it's not working. And they can't cover anyone.
Is that correct? They had 0 pressures. Is that what that means? That's what the second 0 means, right?
Yes, 0 pressures. They cannot pressure. And I put as the headline, JJ McCarthy plays well is their hope. I kind of did that as a bit of a rhetorical thing because if you watch this game and think JJ McCarthy is a really good player, you're just totally wrong. He threw an awful interception early.
Oh, it was terrible.
The only plays he generated were blown fucking coverages. Like this defense is atrocious. If you cannot play well against this defense as a quarterback, I don't know what to tell you. You're not doing anything right. And I'm actually not using that to shit on the Chiefs and the Eagles, who Mahomes and Hurts both had bad games against them. That was that 2-week boost they had from the defense changed a little bit.
Yeah.
Teams have now obviously watched them and going, oh, if we shut down Williams, they don't get any pressure. Let's just block the inside and make these pass rushes go one-on-one with their tackles. They can't do anything.
We don't have to spend a heap more time on this game because there's no real playoff implications here. I was going to want to ask you one question.
Yeah.
What's going on with Pickens? What do you think?
I think that this game, they were sending a bit of a message to him that you're not going to carry on like you did last week. I also think there's something, I maybe think they're trying to devalue his contract.
Okay.
Because I think they want him and I think they'll keep him. But they do not want to pay him 35 or 40 million. Like he's not getting more than CD, and CD's on 35. Because
CD is definitely the one.
I think CD's almost on 1,200 yards this season, and he's missed 5 games.
Yeah.
So everyone's going, oh, CD, he is still the elite receiver he's always been. It's just been some injuries early in the year. But
he had a few issues with a few drops earlier in the year. He's definitely come good.
He's had issues with drops at times his whole career. Like that's been one of his problems. But the majority of the time, he's good. He had another 100-yard game in this. He was about the only dominant player. What Minnesota did really well is they shut down the outlets, right? And Ferguson's been the outlet for them, the tight ends. They shut them down. And that's what Flores is a good defensive coordinator. This is a talented defense. And all they knew was we just got to generate a couple of stops, a couple of turnovers, and we'll score enough to beat this defense. It's not good enough.
Yeah, because they're no good.
And they played it well. This defense is atrocious. There's sign that like this is a waste of a season for Prescott. I've enjoyed it. He should enjoy it. Everyone should enjoy it. But in terms of the team value, it just hasn't added much. And that's okay. They're not far off. They can fix this defense. They've got a chance to compete next year.
Agreed.
But I think it was justice for this season. This is what this season deserves. They don't deserve to be competing for a playoff spot.
No, I think they're one good move away from being a playoff team next year.
Yeah, I think so too. And
I don't know about one. I think more like 2 or 3. They probably need one good edge player. They need one good DB.
And any Cowboys fan that is now lamenting in the fact that the trade was so good because Parsons did his knee.
That's bullshit.
You're an absolute piece of shit.
No,
if you can't enjoy Parsons for the player he is because of how it went at Dallas, I get there were both sides of the team and him both played it poorly. I think mainly his agent, which I was pretty vocal about, ended it poorly. He didn't want to leave. It ended that way. It's worked out okay for the Cowboys so far. Parsons was an elite player. Don't use the injury as a way to value the trade because Parsons was probably the second best defender in football this year behind Myles Garrett.
Anyone that says that is just a complete
You're absolute fucking idiot. Like it's just he's such a good player, and I would happily have him back in Dallas any day of the week. Tomorrow, I'd have him back.
Any team would happily have him, James.
I'd have him back tomorrow with his torn ACL, knowing that we'd get him back next year at some point. Like that's how good he is. So don't enjoy it and don't value the trade because he's got hurt now. That's stupid. All right, let's go to the last game of the week, the Monday Night Football. Absolute rib snorter. This was outstanding. What a game. I couldn't stop watching it.
What was it? It was like was it 3-3 at halftime? What was it?
It was 3-7 at halftime.
That's right.
And then Pittsburgh scored. They had two touchdown drives in the third quarter, which basically ended it. Tua was fairly atrocious until the last quarter. He got some junk yards late.
And the thing is, if you didn't watch the game and you just look at the box score, you think, oh, Tua had he had a decent game. He had some decent numbers there for a couple of tutties, 250 yards.
It was all junk.
He was fucking terrible.
I reckon he had 150 yards in junk time.
Yep.
When Pittsburgh had already won, they didn't care. Rodgers was really good. He had his best game of the year last week. Was it last week against the Ravens, I think?
Yep.
And then backed it up this week by playing really well again.
He did look. He's looked better the last couple of weeks than what he has for the rest of the season before, for sure.
Yeah, do I think Pittsburgh are an amazing team? No, but I think they can win the division.
Yeah, I think they probably will.
I also think Rodgers goes one more year. I truly think that.
Yeah.
I don't know. If those hits they really start to hurt now.
Well, yeah, I think he was playing with a bad hand as well. He had a brace on his hand.
Yeah, he had the broken wrist from a few weeks ago.
So he toughed it out too. I just think Rodgers is what he is at this point. But if you're Pittsburgh and you win the division this year, which they really should at this point, they should win it. I don't see any reason with not rolling the dice next year with Rodgers
100%,
again.
You just roll.
What do you want to do? You want to go to Rudolph? Like,
That's
roll the dice.
That's Pittsburgh's MO, and has been that way the whole time. Just run it back.
Yeah.
One thing I want to say.
Yeah.
Did you see the press conference? McDaniel's press conference afterwards.
No.
The day after the game, he's like, well, because I asked him about Tua and whatever.
Yeah.
And he's like, well, the quarterback play wasn't anywhere near good enough, so like anything's on the table, which is basically, in my opinion, if maybe not a soft benching, but that's a soft cutting. Like he's done. He's done.
I think that McDaniel's, I truly believe his take come the end of this season is going to be, if Tua's my quarterback next year, just fire me.
Yeah.
I actually think that will be his exact words. The relationship's clearly not good. They're taking little jabs at each other all the time. I truly think he's going to say, if you want me to coach with Tua, fire me.
And if you had to choose who you're going to hit your flag to, surely it's McDaniel's. I think he's a good coach.
I think he's a good coach too. Yeah,
I think he's a good OC. I don't know if he's a good head coach, but he's a good enough OC to get a job anywhere. And I think for Tua, he just needs he needs a fresh start. He needs to go.
Well, I think
else.
also next year we're not seeing the next group of coaches emerging.
No,
So I
that's
think
fair.
you have to hold it for another year.
Yeah, there's no Ben Johnson this year, is there?
No,
Like,
I don't think
there's
so.
almost no highlight about like who's going to be a who's going to be a
If
head
he gets
coach.
fired from Miami, if he gets fired at 10 a.m. at 10:01, he's getting employed by the Philly Eagles. He'll be.
That's what I say.
Jeffrey Lurie would literally fly down himself on his jet and go, "Come with me."
I reckon he'll go back to San Francisco if he goes anywhere.
Oh, you reckon?
Yeah,
maybe.
Potentially. I think he could also go to college. I think he'll have a lot of options. I think he's a good enough coach that he'll get a
He'll have
job
plenty
pretty
of
quickly.
options.
And I don't think he really wants to be in Miami personally. Just reading the body language and
Yeah.
attitude, I actually don't think he wants to. I think he doesn't like the program.
Yeah. That's pretty fair.
There's a chance, there's a real chance he will just come in and go be like, fire me.
Deuces, I'm good.
I'm out.
Yeah.
I'm happy to just shake hands and walk away.
Yeah.
No stress. If you're like, he won't quit because he doesn't get his payments, but he'll be like, just fire me, guys. I don't care.
Now, what you said is right. He knows that he'll have a plethora of employment opportunities regardless of what happens. So he's not really fussed, and that's fair.
Absolutely. All right, let's get to the Thursday night football game. This is probably the best Thursday night football game of the year.
This
Yeah, up
is
there.
no. I'm going to go one above. This is the most important regular season game this year because this
Fair.
will decide so many things. It's going to decide the 1 seed.
Yep.
It's going to decide who wins that division. If whoever wins this game and then gets the 1 seed has to be favored to win the Super Bowl. They have to.
Yeah, and
Well, they will be because Rams are like a $2.50 and Seattle are $4.50.
Yeah, they will be.
$4.50.
Because if you're Los Angeles and you win this game and you lock up the 1 seed and you get the week off and everything has to come through LA, like you're guaranteed a Super Bowl berth. This is such
Oh
an
yeah,
important
or
game.
Seattle.
Yeah,
Good luck.
yeah, vice versa.
Good luck coming through Seattle. Yeah.
Yeah, this is such an important game.
what, Scotty, you're our resident Seattle man. I don't think you're confident on this game, are you?
No, I've said all along that the Rams are the best team. I think that Sam Darnold really needs to show against Los Angeles, especially that he can do it, and it doesn't have to be 330 and 3 tutties. Just needs to be keep the chains moving, keep pressure on the Rams, and when they pressure him, just dump it off to the quick outlet.
Yep.
They found success in the first game, dumping it off to Barno in the soft coverages, and then releasing it to the running backs. They had no problems last game moving the ball
It was
on the
just the
Rams.
turnovers that killed you.
It was just the turnovers. They doubled him in the yards, they doubled him in the first downs, doubled him in every stat apart from turnovers.
Yeah.
And I think that if you take those turnovers away, we've got a completely different result.
Oh, I think you
I
win.
think Seattle outplayed the Rams,
I think if you take 2 of those turnovers away, you win.
potentially by 2 scores.
Yeah,
They
I
only scored on
genuinely,
turnovers.
I genuinely agree. I think you definitely would have.
I think what's going to be the biggest factor, and it's probably the one thing that no one's ever talking about, is McVay is an absolute magician.
Yep.
And he's now seen this defense. They haven't dropped off since they played the Rams.
No.
There's a lot of tape in this defense. He's seen it up close and personal, and I think he will have something there that I think this game is just going to come down to one explosive play. And from what I've seen from Seattle the last couple of weeks, they haven't been able to generate that explosive play.
Yep.
That's been taken away. They were the best explosive team offensive team in the league for a very long time. that's gone away now, and I think that the Rams can generate something, and that's probably where this game's going to go.
Adams is a big out for the Rams. There's no
It
doubt
is,
about it.
yeah.
Because
And
he's caught a lot of touchdowns this year and caught a lot of yards. He's had a really good year.
I
this
think
year.
Fisk might not get up for the Rams, and their tackle Hartenstein's from OKC. It's Hart something, but he's the right tackle.
Yeah, isn't no Hartenstein's the center from OKC? isn't
Yeah,
he?
yeah, yeah.
I'm gonna look this up now.
Yeah, no. So their right tackle looks like he won't be able to get up as well. So both teams,
It's Havenstein.
some-
Yeah, Havenstein.
Yeah,
Rob Havenstein.
Yeah.
Isn't it Rob Hartenstein from OKC
No.
as well?
no, it's not Rob.
Oh, it's Havenstein. Yeah,
Yeah.
He was a first round pick. He's been there a long time.
Yeah. So both teams have key injuries. Yeah. Look, I would like to say that Seattle wins, but I just, in my heart of hearts, think that LA can generate that one explosive play that will basically be the difference in this game.
That's fair.
As I was alluding to earlier, this is the time that they need to prove to, I think, more to themselves more than anyone. I think the outside public considers them contenders already.
Yeah.
But this is the time for Seattle to prove to themselves that, hey, we have the bona fides, we can win the big games, and we can beat, especially against, like you said, against the fucking Rams, because they've been a bit of a bunny team, especially for Sam Darnold. And
Well, it's mostly for Darnold because
Yeah.
Seattle beat him last year.
Yeah.
It's Darnold needs to get that. It was all mental last game.
100%. And I hope for his sake that he can do it. I'm just not sure that he can.
No,
I'm not sure. I'm not sure that he
I
can.
think it'll be a close game, but I think the Rams will. You know, the other thing we've got. This is an offensive player of the year decider as well. It's JSN versus Puka.
I think
Maybe.
JSN's got it in the bag.
I think Puka's.
Oh no!
Actually, no, Jason
Jason's
had a
on-
fantastic year.
Pace for like 1850 yards. If that doesn't get you,
He's had an unbelievable year, man.
yeah.
I think,
Yeah.
Personally, I think he's already got it wrapped up. Personally.
Yeah, that's fair.
He's had a
That's fair. But if
fantastic year.
Puka has another 200-yard game,
I want to see. I don't want to see them. I don't want to see Seattle driving the field and then just fucking kicking field goals. I want to see them like a proper signature win against a good team. They haven't had one yet this year. I want to see one.
and it's going to come down to Darnold in the red zone as well.
I would say the
because they
Jags and
cannot run the
Texans
ball.
as signature wins.
I'm not.
Both away.
No, because they're not. No, because they're not contenders. They're not contenders. The Rams are a bona fide contender. If you want to be a contender, you've got to beat a contender.
This would I agree with you that they were really good wins,
Yeah.
especially the Texans, because that's a dominant defense, and you actually touched up the Jags really
Yeah,
good and proper.
yeah.
But
Yeah, of
I
course.
think if they win this game, I actually think who wins this game is winning the NFC.
Agreed.
Of course.
Yeah.
There's a way that Seattle. Well, if the Seattle and Niners both win out, it will come down to that last game in Candlestick Park.
Yeah, I think
Or whatever they call it now.
no
It's a
disrespect.
different stadium. It's Levi Stadium.
The Levi Stadium, yeah.
No disrespect to the Niners, but I just think the Rams and Seattle are a level above them, and I think they're good. I just think the Rams
Yeah.
and Seattle are. A level.
I tend to agree, but
This
they're-
is such a huge game.
yeah, no, George said it bang on. I think this is potentially the best regular season game. The build up for this is the biggest game of the year.
It's the most important, just for the implications of what for the rest of the league as well.
It's because of the implication.
I don't know.
That's it. Oh, we're not talking about that on the podcast.
I don't know what that means.
I'll tell you after.
Okay.
All right, that is it for us this week. Make sure you
No,
give
look,
us.
there's more games to preview. We've got the Saturday games.
Oh yeah, the
There's
Eagles.
there's two Saturday games, man.
What?
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's
There's two more games
Packers,
to preview.
Packers at Bears, and who are the Eagles? Commanders.
Yeah.
Sunday game. So Eagles are obviously going to frog stomp the shit out of Commanders.
You're
don't
right.
really.
Saturday game. So you got Eagles at Commanders. I think that's going to be an absolute bloodbath. If
Look,
that's fair to say.
we had a good shutout win against the Raiders. The Raiders are absolutely pathetic. They're already carbo on 3. Kenny Small. I think Kenny Small had 70. He finished the game with 75 yards of total
They had
offense.
80 total yards as a team.
Yeah,
the Raiders are atrocious.
Yeah, they're absolutely atrocious. We did everything we need to do. That game is the epitome of a get right game. That's
Yeah.
like when you're feeling sick and you're a bit congested, a bit coffee. That's just like your mum's chicken lemon soup. Here you go, boys. Have this chicken
You mean-
lemon soup.
I-
It'll
You
make
mean
you feel
chicken
better.
noodle?
No. In Greek it's chicken and lemon.
Okay.
Chicken and lemon.
Euros.
Yeah.
I
Commanders,
think
are terrible. The Daniels isn't playing. The Mariota's going to finish the rest of the year. They're shit. If we want to be a serious team, which I think we want to be, we need to smack these guys as well.
I think they will.
I would tend to agree that
Yeah.
the Eagles would want to be a
Yeah,
serious
they would
team.
want to be a serious
Yeah.
team. Yeah.
No, I think-
Super Bowl run. You
Yeah.
run the Super Bowl last year. You reckon they're not
Yeah.
serious?
Yeah.
I think that, when you have a bad loss and you're like, oh, we didn't play our best football, we'll just watch that game. I think whenever you play the Raiders offensively, you're just like, oh, they're not even a legit team. We just watch that game.
No,
We've got to keep working on things
Yeah,
like.
but that's what I think that because obviously I watched the game, that's what they were doing during the game. Just like you could see that they were working on things, trying.
No, that's what I mean. It's
a
almost
lot
like
of
a
like-
training session. You
Yeah, it
can't
was.
take
It was
things
just
off
a
it. Yeah.
high level training session.
Yeah.
That's exactly
You
what
can't
it was.
take much away from the Raiders.
a lot of like a lot of Hurts under center, which he doesn't normally do.
Yeah.
So a lot of play action stuff, and he had a lot of really good throws out of that play action too. So I'm hoping that we're using that to try and install a few more things, just
Yeah.
to get a little bit more variety and a little bit more pop in our offense, which is definitely what it's been fucking lacking. Let's be honest.
Oh, 100%.
Defensively, we're good enough to compete with anyone in the NFC.
Yep.
But offensively, we're still working on a few things. And this game against the Commanders, or we're playing them again in a couple of weeks' time.
Oh,
These two
lucky
games,
bastards.
these two games. Well, to be fair, they were in the NFC Championship game last year, so
they
the
didn't
schedule-
deserve to be in there.
yeah, all right, they didn't. But the schedulers were hoping that this
Oh,
year,
yeah, that it
these
would
games
matter.
were going to
Yeah.
make the division.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. And the Commanders have a rough trot. They get the Eagles twice and then the Cowboys offense in
Yeah.
between.
So yeah,
have
we'll
fun.
hopefully be using this. I mean, we've got the Bills in between the Commanders, which will be a tough game.
Yep.
As well, but yeah, we'll be using these next 2 or 3 games to try and iron out everything and get ourselves ready to play the 6th seed.
Packers at
Probably
Bears.
probably San Francisco.
yeah, potentially. And then we've got Packers. It's Packers at Bears, yeah?
Yes.
Yeah. As I said, what did LaFleur play? LaFleur?
LaFleur says
Cram it in your cram hole, LaFleur. LaFleur
We've
a
gone
couple of
off
weeks
the
ago
rails.
when they didn't shake hands, he was
Yeah.
like, "We'll see him in a week."
See them in 2 weeks.
2 weeks. Yeah.
So now's the time. The Packers not having Parsons, I think this plays well and truly in the Bears. I think the Bears are going to win this game at home.
The problem is
They were so evenly matched, and they played such a physical styled game that, like, I know Parsons is a huge out, but they played each other so tight that I can't see it being any different.
yeah, I agree. They did. Obviously, that was a very tight game and came down to literally the final play of the game. I just kind of feel that, like, in the preceding time, that the Packers are just on that little bit of a dip, and the Bears are just on that little bit of an up. Does that make sense? I know the margins are very thin.
You know the difference is, I think the Bears got a get right game against the Browns.
Yeah,
And the Packers had to go and play the number 1 team in the AFC. That's the
at
difference.
Denver. It was
At
not like
Denver.
they dipped. It's just that one team had a walkthrough, one team had a fucking slugfest.
I'm more so talking about the dip, also in just like morale as well. Like, losing the
Parsons,
not passes, the receiver as well. Like
Watson.
Watson.
yeah.
Yep.
So that's I'm just a little bit concerned. They could. I'm hoping that they don't just come in and lame duck it.
I don't
hoping
think they're coached that way.
Let's hope you're right, because I want to see a good game.
Yeah,
I want the same thing again.
I'm expecting a very similar, just very physical, old school smash mouth.
If the Bears
Two
win,
elite teams
if
coming
the
at it.
Bears win, they win the division.
Yeah,
Well, they can't lose from there.
I actually think
they clinched it.
I think they clinch it if they
Yeah.
win.
Yeah.
Because and then their last 2 games are
Imagine
Lions and-
Johnson sweeps the Packers in his first year too. He'll be fucking rubbing his hands.
he
together
does not
for it.
like the Packers
Yeah.
at all. He's been well educated to not like them.
Niners and Lions to finish the year for the Bears.
That's some tough games. There are a couple of tough games. And who are the
Please get
Packers?
up for the Niners game.
You
please.
need them desperately.
Oh, I don't want to have everything riding with Seattle going to the 49ers the last
Yeah,
week.
especially you lost to Millie in the year too.
Oh, and
And the Packers have Ravens and then Vikings as well, which the Vikings are at Vikings is no easy beat.
they're far more talented than both those teams.
I believe so too.
especially
They should win
defensively,
them
they're
both.
very talented.
Yeah.
yeah, absolutely.
This is 100. If the Green Bay win this game, I think they win the division.
And that
if
game
Chicago
against the,
win it, they
that
win the
game
division.
against the Ravens aren't just going to lay an egg there. They still can win the division. They're
No,
gonna win
I just think they're a different tier of teams.
I agree.
Yeah.
But my point is they're still going to come out and give it everything they got.
Oh, of course,
No doubt
yeah.
about it.
That's they're not the Raiders, or the
No,
Browns.
No, correct.
I watched that game. They are so fucking bad. Oh my god.
Oh,
Which one, the Raiders or the Browns? They're both bad.
they were both terrible.
no, because at least the Browns have got some talent. They got something.
Yeah,
You
Raiders.
take Miles Garrett away from that team, and they are worse than the Raiders.
Just on the Browns quickly before you go. Did you see that story that came out after the game that Stefanski gave
Fake news.
Shador the wrong fucking card, and he had to swap the card out of the first quarter. It's fake,
uh-huh.
is it?
It's fake. So
course you say
what
that.
happened was Shador lost his wrist coach, it fell off, and then they quickly gave him another one,
Right.
and it had the wrong card in it. They didn't do it on
okay.
purpose. So then he went to the
No, that was
sideline.
on purpose. I'm
No,
just saying
he went to the
it
sideline and was like, "This isn't the code you're giving me. Don't match." And they were like, "Oh shit, that's
happened.
last."
Okay.
Because it was just obviously a wristband that was probably sitting in the bag, a spare one
Yeah, right.
that hadn't had this week's
Game
plays
plan.
put into
Yeah.
it. So he went and was like, "It doesn't match what you're telling me," and he was like, "Oh shit, yeah, that's
That's so
last
funny.
week's."
Of course,
So it was
all
actually
the-
it was just an equipment issue. But yeah, the
of course, all
Browns
the
fans,
Sanders
they're running
stains all
right with
over
it.
that.
Oh, Stefanski's trying.
Yeah.
I don't look. Don't get me wrong. Stefanski might not like Sanders, but I don't believe he
might
would.
not like him.
Well, we saw why.
He's pretty unlikable.
We saw why.
but also
Most
like,
of his games have been
I don't think he would sabotage someone that badly.
No. That's a death sentence to not play in the to coach the NFL.
Like,
again.
if that was true, and the Browns didn't fire him, then the Browns are the worst organization in the history
No,
of
I
sport.
didn't think that he did it on purpose. I was just saying.
No, it was exactly
Trying to
what happened.
fuck
It
up.
was just the wrong equipment was in the thing.
Anyway,
Yeah.
shout out to the Browns. You guys suck.
Shout out to the Myles Garretts. The
Oh.
Browns get the privilege of playing with Myles Garrett
Hey.
every week.
He's
Yeah.
going to look so good in Philly green next year.
All right, that is it for us this week. Let's make sure you follow us on all our socials, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and Twitter. Get around our clips. Shout out to Tommy.
Yep.
He'll be back for the podcast next week. Will be Tuesday nights.
He's at a
from-
holiday. He's bloody hardly here.
Yeah, he's been slacking
And
off.
he still does more work than you, Scott. So
That's fair.
Figure
That's
that
fair.
one out.
He's a
Oh,
weapon.
fair.
Sets everything up.
I
Live
reckon the
shows
listeners-
Saturday night this week.
Saturday night.
Saturday night live show. For no reason, just because I'll be in No State Sunday. But yeah, Saturday night live show. So tune into that. Start about 8:30, something like that. We might even start a little bit earlier this week. And shout out to our friends at the Sporting Globe Churnside Park for their unreal sponsorship.
Booyaka
And
show.
we'll see everyone Saturday night.
Ciao.